I love the mustache. I think it looks good.
I've just been auditioning for a pervert, so I was like, I'm gonna have a mustache. I think that'll help me lean
Yeah, that's
into
kind of
it.
it is a little bit pervy.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Tiki Deck. Here we are with a very, 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 very special guest who's come to us all the way from Stratford, Trevor Patt.
Tom the Turkey.
Tom the Turkey. Trevor, of course, is familiar to Theatre Orangeville audiences from the last Christmas turkey that we did 3 Christmases ago?
2017.
No, was it really that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2017. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Welcome
Gobble,
back.
gobble, 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 gobble. Thank you. I'm very happy to be back and making cocktails with you.
I know, it's fantastic. Now, I got to tell you honestly, today I am intimidated. It's not very often that I get intimidated or that I'm going to be speechless, but apart from being a brilliant actor and just gifted artist and great singer, Trevor is also a professional bartender.
Yeah.
Where are you working right now?
I'm at the restaurant at the Bruce Hotel in Stratford. So I was supposed to do my 5th season at the Stratford Festival, and then of course some crazy thing happened. But then I decided to shift for a year and do some bartending. So it's been a fun time. I create the cocktail menus and shake drinks all night for our guests. So that's what we'll be doing here today.
What's the most popular cocktail that people are ordering?
At the Bruce, it's probably a classic martini.
Classic martini.
That or an old fashioned. Those get ordered all the time. I mean, we're a pretty swanky restaurant. We have pretty fancy guests, so lots of dry gin martinis and old fashions.
This is why I love the Bruce so much. It's a great place. Next time you're in Stratford and you go to see a show, go to the Bruce and go to the cocktail lounge. And if the season's not on, Trevor will be on stage, right?
Maybe. Fingers crossed.
And of course, Rocky Horror at Stratford, Billy Elliot.
Yeah.
Both productions, I just adored those. You were brilliant in both of them.
Oh, thanks, man.
Spectacular. No, thank you, man. So thanks for coming. But as I say, I am a little intimidated because today you are going to create.
Well, we're going to do an original cocktail that I've created for our fall menu at the Bruce. I'm calling it a Tiki Harvest because I, not unlike our host here, am a big rum fan. I'm a big tiki drink fan. But I wanted to do something that has tiki influence, but also has some of our good Canadian fall flavors that we're starting to lean into as it's getting a little chillier.
Yeah, I've got my tasteless Hawaiian shirt on, but
I think it's tasteful. I think it's
very. I think so too.
I think
it's
very
nice.
It's very flattering. Yeah,
it is. It's a bit slimming, and but I had to put on the long sleeves today because it's a beautiful sunny day, but it's getting cool.
Yep.
So, the Tiki Harvest.
Should we get into it?
When you're creating a new cocktail, what are you looking for? Like, what are you trying to capture?
So at the Bruce, we have there's sort of 8 spirits. You know, there's your 8 classic spirits: gin, vodka, rye, bourbon, rum, tequila, etc. So we start using those as a base and try to have one that showcases each spirit. Just a nice way to sort of make sure there's something for everybody on the menu. So this one I was focusing on rum, and you were saying you've never tried this rum.
I haven't.
This is bamboo rum, so I love this rum, and I really wanted to use it in a cocktail, so I went out and bought about 10 bottles of it to use at the Bruce. And it's a really lovely rum from Barbados. Some of the rums in here, it's a blend, are aged up to 15 years. It has really nice Caribbean spicy flavors and lots of banana, and that's why I like it for this cocktail. There's a lot of rums you get coconut or you get sort of molassesy, sugarcaney spice. This one you get that, but plus a big whopping hit of banana. So I really like this rum.
Can I try it just on its own?
I would love that. Yes.
Just pour me a little toot in there because I've never tried this product. I've seen it. You know, we've got it here. It's got it at the LCBO in both locations here in Orangeville. So
I'll try some with you.
It's not a crazy. Cheers.
Cheers.
First of the day. Yeah, first of the day. I had to check. Oh yeah, that's incredible. That is incredible, and I totally get that banana thing.
Isn't it nice?
Right out of the gate, it's like bang, right there on my palate.
And you could sip this neat,
beautiful,
or on ice, but we're going to use it in the cocktail.
And it's a lower. You're saying it's slightly lower alcohol
Yeah, it's only
content?
35% alcohol, which normally that would sort of be a bit of a no-no for me. I like overproof spirits. I like bourbons and ryes and gins that are sort of pushing it above 40% alcohol. But for this one, I think the lower alcohol allows those other flavors to shine through.
Oh, I'm going to go and get the 10 bottles here in Orangeville before everybody else out there.
That'll be on the bar for this winter's show. Just lots of bamboo.
This is spectacular.
Wonderful. Well,
I'm sorry, you said, is it Barbados?
Yeah, Barbados,
Right,
so
okay.
Bajan rum. And you don't
Bajan
have
rum.
to use bamboo if you want to make this at home. It's a bit of a pricier item. I think it's about $60 for a bottle. So if you want to use another Bajan rum like Mount Gay, is a fabulous rum that comes in around $30 a bottle. It'll still give you a really beautiful classic Barbados rum flavor.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then the next crucial ingredient here, we have to make something ourselves if we want to make this cocktail. This is a autumn spice syrup that I make. So I use Demerara sugar, or you can use brown sugar as well and make a classic simple syrup. And then in this, I've steeped a bunch of cloves, a ton of nutmeg, and just a little bit of cinnamon. So
Okay,
that's
so-
where we get that harvest fall flavor.
Okay, so I make a simple, is it just a 1-to-1
Yep.
simple syrup? So you're going to take the Demerara or the brown sugar, half that, water, just blend them together.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to take like cinnamon sticks, a couple cinnamon
Yeah,
sticks.
I would do maybe 1 or 2 cinnamon sticks, about 10 cloves, and about a whole teaspoon of grated nutmeg.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like a good big, you want that nutmeg to really shine through to kind of help balance out all the cinnamon and clove because those are really strong flavors.
And then you just throw it in an old juice jar.
Yeah, so I leave it on the stove. I simmer it for about 10 minutes and then I let it steep with the pot on, or the lid on the pot for about an hour.
Right on.
Just to really let everything get in there and then double strain it. And then, yeah, I have an old lemon juice container here, but you can use anything you want.
And how long does it need to, before you, because you strained that off, so how long do you let it steep? So just the hour and then you
Yeah,
strain
just
it
about
off?
an hour, then I strain it and bottle it. But you could strain it, for up to a day. Any longer, you might start get some of those bitter notes from the roots and the cinnamon, so you don't want that. So I would probably keep it between 1 and 3 hours of steeping, and then you're good to go. You have autumn spice syrup.
This is what happens when we're working with the pros, man. This is some serious stuff, but all stuff that we can do at home.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wonderful.
And easier than you'd think.
Okay,
All right, so
where do you want to start?
as always, we're going to start with our cheaper ingredients. When you're working on the bar, if you make a mistake, then you don't want to be dumping good quality rum or tequila down the drain, so you start with your cheapest ingredients. Yeah, are showing me up.
Right on.
So we're going to start with our
it.
citrus. So we're going to
Okay,
do
citrus.
0.75 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Please try and use freshly squeezed, or at least not from concentrate. That stuff that comes in the little lemon, it's not lemon juice.
Yeah, no, it's always fresh, fresh, fresh. Here at the Tiki Bar, we're at the Tiki Deck, always super insistent. Okay, so my lemon's in.
So we have a 3/4 ounce of lemon. We're going to add a little more citrus with a 3/4 ounce of pineapple juice. Now, at the bar we juice our own, but this PC, pure pressed, not from concentrate pineapple juice is actually really nice. You can get it at Zayre's or
After I just said only fresh.
only
But
fresh.
This is good stuff.
This is good stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
This is like the closest you'll get to fresh in a
Exactly.
container-like object. Okay, so I've got some great citrus.
Yeah, I thought I could bring the full juicer and the whole pineapple, but I think
do that next
we,
time.
We only have so much time. All right, so
We
now
got
we
all
have
day,
our
man.
we have all
we're here on
day.
the Tiki Deck. It's a gorgeous
Yeah,
day.
we'll move on to gin fizzes after this, and
Oh, yeah.
Sazeracs, and so now we're gonna add our syrup. We're gonna do another 0.75 ounce of our autumn spice syrup.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's a gorgeous,
Nice
gorgeous
dark color.
Oh yeah, it looks beautiful.
And you can really smell that spice.
Oh man, I'm getting that. I'm just gonna have a little. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Oh,
And you get the nutmeg, which is really nice.
yeah. I could just drink this down, but the nutmeg is gorgeous.
Put this on your pancakes.
Oh, it's going right in this drink. The Tiki Harvest.
Tiki Harvest. So now we've got our non-alcoholic ingredients in.
Okay.
Now we're gonna move on to the boozy stuff. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start with a little bit of Chambord. So this is a French black raspberry liqueur from the Loire Valley. They said that this was modeled off the raspberry liqueurs that they used to serve to King Louis XIV. So this is some very regal stuff.
And again, this is not a. I mean, this product's available readily.
Yep, every
on the board.
LCBO
It's-
has
yeah,
it.
They're not.
And we're just doing a 0.5 of Chambord. This stuff is pretty strong. It really cuts through in a cocktail, so you don't need too much of it.
Is this what you would use in a Kir Royale?
This is, now in a Kir Royale, you would definitely use some Chambord or Creme de Mure, Cassis, sort of all those
Right.
raspberry, blackberry liqueurs, but I think this makes the best Kir Royale.
So
as well.
if I get a bottle of this and I'm making the Tiki Harvest, but if I want to make like a Royale, which would be with like sparkling wine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or if I just wanted to do a white wine.
You could use some white wine, but
Yeah.
if I were to make a Kir Royale, I would do maybe a 1/4 ounce of this, maybe a 1/2 ounce if you like it a little sweeter, and then into a bottom of a champagne glass, and then top it with your champagne. or sparkling wine, of
Yeah.
course. And then you have a wonderful classic bubbly cocktail. Also, if you like French martinis, this is what makes a French martini French. And that's an ounce and a half of vodka, or it's an ounce of vodka, an ounce and a half of pineapple juice, and a half ounce of Chambord.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
So if
too.
you like French martinis,
Trevor's coming back because we've got about another half dozen cocktails already that we have to make. Okay.
we'll do them all in one day and crawl home.
My Chambord's in there.
Chambord is in. Now we're gonna add the aforementioned wonderful bamboo. We're doing a full 2-ounce pour of this.
Yeah.
So here's where we're gonna get the body of our cocktail. And here, let me pour some for you there as well.
Beautiful.
Another nice thing about using the bamboo is it has a little bit less alcohol, as we said. So this combined with the Chambord is still not gonna make your cocktail, it's not gonna put too much hair on your chest. So we're gonna add that here. And so now your cocktail is done. Unless you're like me and you want your cocktails to look kind of pretty. Our guests, they're paying top dollar for cocktails, so we want them to look really nice. So this right now tastes perfect, and you could shake it up and drink it. It's gonna come out a lovely sort of brown flavor like you would expect from a rum or a whiskey sour.
Right.
We're gonna do something a little bit chefy.
Ooh.
And we're just gonna add a 1/4 bar spoon of beetroot powder. Now you don't have to do this.
Where am I going to find beetroot powder?
You can find beetroot powder at health food stores.
Oh, okay.
Some grocery stores have them. I know they're evil, but I'm sure Amazon has some too. It's one of those things where it's actually easier to find than you'd think. You don't have to do your own, and it's not very expensive. And this has a little bit of earthy sweetness to it, but we're just going to use a 1/4 bar spoon, and we're just going to do that, and that's going to add some really nice color. You can do that right into your shaker.
Wow.
And that's just how we, rather than using food coloring, I always like to use natural ingredients.
Yes, absolutely.
The Empress Gin uses that butterfly pea blossom. They've got, you can use matcha powder, beetroot powder. There's all kinds of ways to make your drinks beautiful colors without having to get
right on.
yellow dye number 5. So now we're good to go.
Okay.
So we're going to add our ice.
We're going to throw in some ice, okay,
Yep.
into our
shaker tin.
Okay.
And we're going to give it a good hard shake for about 10 seconds.
Okie doke.
Shall we?
You've got that difficult one. That's the one that I had banished to the back of the.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, just for a little while. Like the pros. I'm doing it like a pro. I'm not going to try and toss it. Oh man, perfect.
To be fair, I have a few 100 hours of practice this week alone.
Okay.
It's been busy. At the
Hawthorne strainer
restaurant.
in.
Hawthorne
We're going to
strainer
strain it.
in.
We've got some ice in our glasses here. We've got a chilled glass.
We have a nice chilled glass. Always chill your glasses if you can. It keeps your drink cold for longer. We're going to do ours on ice here. I'm going to double strain mine,
Okay.
but you certainly don't have to.
Okay.
It's just if you want to catch any ice shards from the shaking it up. Ooh, and we're full.
Wow.
All right, there we are. And here, if you, oh, look at that.
Spectacular. Is there a garnish that goes with it, or what?
Oh
would-
yeah,
what
we
would
were
you
going
do
to
with
use.
the Bruce?
We had some lovely. I like to use flowers as garnish, edible
Oh.
flowers, and also I really love to use for tiki drinks. You got to have a cherry.
Right on.
The whole thing with tiki garnish is excess. The more, the better, as you may know. So I think.
Well, we have a couple of. You want another cherry?
I'll
You want a
do
couple
2.
more
Yeah,
cherries?
2 cherries.
Okay.
I could eat these things by the dozen. So
Yeah, I usually
I don't
do.
recommend it because diabetes isn't for everyone.
I'm
but-
going crazy, and I'm gonna do 3.
Oh, 3, fabulous! I'm gonna do a little orange on here as well.
Oh well, you know what? I'll do 2 and some orange. Perfect.
Maybe I'll put the orange in between the cherries.
Oh,
Like a
now
little
we're getting
orange,
super
an
fancy.
orange sandwich. There we are. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and I'm spilling a bit because I got a little ambitious with my pour here.
Okay.
There's
And
a little left in there. Save that for later.
these just came right out of the garden.
Yeah, we just picked these right from over there. Beautiful
These
flowers. Nice marigolds, edible flower. Now this is always just a nice way to spruce up your cocktails. Toss a little flower on there.
Oh,
And
come
voila,
on.
look at us.
Is that beautiful or is that gorgeous?
We could go down to Smuggler's Cove right now and get a
Oh
job.
yeah, let's go down. Let's go down. Smuggler's Cove. That's on my list. That's on my absolute list.
Me too.
We've talked about Smuggler's Cove before, but cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Oh, Trev, that's awesome.
You like it?
That is awesome. Like I'm getting like the banana, the pineapple, like all of that citrus. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
the color is exquisite.
It's a pretty cocktail,
It
I
is a
think.
gorgeous, gorgeous cocktail. Look at that. With that little marigold. Oh, my friend, this is delicious.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's not going to be any left for anybody else. No,
It's a little bit sweet, a little bit sour. You know, the nice thing I like, Chambord and pineapple usually stick out like a sore thumb in a cocktail.
Right.
I find this one, they sort of blend into a general fruitiness that complements the spice and the vanilla of the rum and the banana, rather than, I don't know if you taste this and think, oh, this is a heavy pineapple drink. Which usually if you use pineapple juice, that's sort of what happens.
Yeah, no, because there's the nutmeg, there's so much other stuff coming through that I'm getting. It's not, as you say, it's not just, wow, this is a pineapple drink. You know,
No, it's like
I mean,
a
the pineapple's
spicy,
there, but
yeah.
there's a spice, there's a great nose to it. You know, and this flower out of my garden is exquisite.
It's beautiful. It's
These look
maybe
great.
the nicest part. And I love these glasses.
Yeah, aren't those nice?
I have a bit of an obsession with vintage glassware. Value Village. If you go to Value Village and check out their glassware, you can find the most ridiculous vintage coupes and Nick and Nora's martini glasses, all kinds of stuff. So
Well,
that's how I spend
These
my
were glass.
days.
These have been in the family for. These are Waterford
Wow.
crystal, like an old-fashioned glass. But oh man, this is. Oh, that's exquisite. It's exquisite. Now, we're here on the Tiki Deck. If we were to put on some tunes, who should we be listening to when we're having this drink? If we're sitting out here, or who should we be listening to?
Oh, I mean, is it cliche?
Other than you.
Is it
Other
cliche?
than you, man.
No, well,
Did you bring
well,
your
well,
guitar?
well, I did not bring my guitar, and that was a conscious decision. No, I mean, is it cliched to go Jimmy Buffett?
No,
I don't know.
I think that would be great.
Some good island vibes.
Well, we've got the. Yeah, I'm totally hearing Jimmy Buffett. I get Jimmy. Now, and if we were gonna sit out here on the deck or at the Bruce out in the patio, what should we have with this? If we're gonna have a little something to nibble on, what do you think that profile would be?
I think, that's a tough question. I think anything spicy. I love rum and spicy food, spicy seafood.
Yep.
You know, something like a nice spicy seafood stew or a paella. I mean, that's Spanish more than Caribbean, but I think rum and spicy food go together so beautifully.
This is beautiful. This is absolutely incredible cocktail. I love it.
Thanks,
So,
man.
what's happening next? So you're working. What's on? Because
So-
you did a show this summer down in Stratford.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to do a show down in Stratford at the Here for Now Theater Festival.
Yeah, it was a
and,
great show. We loved it.
Oh yeah, it was.
wonderful.
I walked. It was one of those shows where we're outdoors, so I can see everybody, and I sit down at my little spot on stage, and I look up, and I just see this handsome, long-haired gentleman in the third row, and I go, "Well, that's David Nairn."
No, it wasn't me. It was somebody who looked like me.
I
Bless
was
your
like,
heart.
"That's Norm Foster."
We get mistaken a lot. Norm Foster and I.
It's the height thing.
It is. It's
You know,
6'5"
if you're
and
both
5'6".
6'5", Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of how it rolls.
And after this, I'll be heading out to head out to Edmonton in about 2 weeks to do the Buddy Holly story out there. So I get to do a real show inside for the first time in 2 years. So
Fantastic.
not that
fantastic.
the Here for Now is not a real show. It's just a show indoors, under the lights, in costumes. You know, sort of like a Tales from the Old World.
Yeah, and we're coming back. We were doing a very successful summer of outdoor stuff, like you were in Stratford under the tent, and now we're inching our way back.
Yeah, well, you're doing Rod's doing his Christmas Carol indoors.
Rod's coming to do his show.
I saw
and,
that when he did it at the Grand back in 2016, and it's just amazing.
It's
you have
spectacular.
to go see it.
Yeah, it's a spectacular show. He's got the new hip, so he's all like ready.
He's
He's all ready to go.
He's a new man.
He's a new man.
That's what they say.
Trevor,
new
my
man.
friend, thank you for this. This is gorgeous, gorgeous. When you're down in Stratford, if you go to see a show next season or whatever, go to the Bruce. It's a great spot, beautiful hotel. The food is spectacular.
It really is. Our new executive chef he's a Michelin star chef from Europe who came back during the pandemic, and now he's making food at the Bruce. So it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and the cocktails. If all the rest of your cocktail menu is anything like this, my friend, it's a hit. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bless
Thanks.
your heart. Cheers.